Hello students and welcome back to Simple Learning. Trained ICSE teacher is telling you these things and I've recently attended a training in ICSE, so I am very confident about the syllabus I'm telling you. So please follow it and save your time in not doing things which you do not require to do and focusing on things which you actually need to do. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so in the Union Legislature chapter, you can see the syllabus box, right, as in all the chapters. So here you are doing, this is a very important thing, the meaning of federal setup in India. Then you are doing Lok Sabha, term, composition, qualifications for membership, and then you will do parliamentary procedures, a brief idea of sessions, quorum, question hour, adjournment, and no confidence motion. For speaker, you will do only the election and not the functions. Rajya Sabha composition, qualification for membership, election term and presiding officer. And in powers and functions of Union Parliament children, you will do legislative and financial functions. Judicial is not in syllabus. Electoral not in syllabus. Amendment of constitution not in syllabus. And you will do control over the executive and also exclusive powers of the two houses. So let's go page by page, paragraph by paragraph. The very first thing you need to know is the meaning of federal setup. Now here you don't need to mug up the whole thing or the whole paragraph and all. You just need to know this definition properly. That in a federal system of government, the administrative powers are divided between central and state governments by the constitution and both are supreme within their respective spheres. Fine. Then you can read the remaining part. Now, importance of federal setup is not in syllabus, so you can strike it out. Move to the next page. Non-federal features are all not in syllabus. You can strike out that as well. These tables, how many members from how many, which state and all, you do not need to worry. It's not in syllabus. Then you come here to the next page, to the Union Parliament. Now here you need to know what is the Parliament and who are the constituent units of the Parliament. It is the President, the two houses of Parliament, that is House of People, which is the Lok Sabha, and Council of States, which is the Rajya Sabha, and the definition of Parliament. Then you will do the Lok Sabha itself, as you have done in the syllabus box, the term and composition of Lok Sabha. So here you need to know, normally you know every government body has generally a 5 years term, so it is 5 years. Then it may be extended during a period of emergency for 1 year at a time. Then in the composition children, now the composition of Lok Sabha, maximum composition you need to know for both the houses. So in the Lok Sabha, this is an old book, but you will know in the new book that the rule is now that it is not 552, it is 550 maximum members. This is the new composition of Lok Sabha. So please remember this. If your book says 552, make it 550 because that is the latest one. Now here you need to know first of all the maximum composition and then you need to know the breakup. The breakup in the sense that how many members are from states and how many are from union territories. So 530 members are from states and not more than 20 members are from union territories. Now this provision has been cancelled. Now there are no more Anglo-Indian community members nominated to the Lok Sabha. This is the latest rule and it will be given in most of your latest books. So you can cancel this out. So the maximum composition of Lok Sabha will be 550, 530 from states and 20 from union territories. So this breakup also you need to know along with the maximum number of members in the Lok Sabha. Then qualification for membership. This is same for Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The only difference is that in Lok Sabha, the minimum age is 25 years of age, whereas in Rajya Sabha, it is 30 years of age. Other things like being an Indian citizen, having name in the electoral rolls in the country, everything is the same. Disqualification of membership is not there. Nobody will ask you that, so don't worry about it. This table you can use to recap. Now here, instead of 552, you can make it 550. Fine. And not more than 2 nominated Anglo-Indians, this you can cancel out. So 530 plus 20, 550 members for Lok Sabha. This you need to remember. And Rajya Sabha, if you see the composition, maximum you need to know 250, 238 from states and union territories, and 12 nominated by the president. Like this, you can use this table to remember the composition and the number of members. Now, vacation of seats is not in syllabus. So this whole thing you can cancel. Come to parliamentary procedures. Yes, you're doing the parliamentary procedures. You can use this graphic organizer to remember what you have to do. So you will be doing the sessions of parliament. Now these kind of things are important for MCQs, like when does a budget session take place, from February to May, then monsoon session July to August, and winter session from November to December. And you can use the acronym BMW to remember this, that is budget, monsoon and winter session. And then come to the quorum. It is very important to know what is quorum and what is the requirement of the quorum. So this word 1/10 is very important. As you have seen in the specimen paper, even if they give you any other number of the members and they ask you an application based question, you should be you should be able to take out do the maths that it is 1/10 of the membership. Whatever is the membership of the house, the 1/10 is the quorum, or 10% is the quorum of the house. This is very important paragraph. Then come to question hour. Question hour is the time when questions are asked from the government, and there is an important term here which is interpellation. So please remember what is interpellation. It is the right of the members to ask questions from the government. And then you should only know what are the 3 types of questions asked in the question hour, that is starred questions, unstarred and short notice. They are not going to ask you the details of these questions, like how is it answered, how many days does it need. They only need you to know that what are the 3 types of questions asked in the question hour. This box you don't need to do, cross it out. 0 hour is not in syllabus. There's a confusion in many students and teachers also. 0 hour is not in syllabus. It is clarified in our ICSE training. Then types of motions, yes, you will do them, and please pay attention to them because there is only one civics chapter, and 15 marks of your paper are dedicated for civics questions. So what is adjournment motion? It is the proposal to lay aside all other business and take up a matter of definite or urgent importance. And in what circumstances does a adjournment motion take place? Suppose there is an urgency in the or there is some disaster in the country which they need to discuss, like a railway accident, death of several persons, or some daring dacoity or natural calamity. Then they need to adjourn the house and adjourn other business of the house and discuss that matter of urgent importance. So that is known as adjournment motion. Next is the no confidence motion. That is a proposal expressing lack of confidence in the ministry. So what you need to do is, children, you should definitely know these italicized definitions, right? Like the adjournment motion. What is a motion first of all, then adjournment motion, and then your no confidence motion. And of course, under no confidence motion, what is the procedure and how many members required to start the no confidence motion. Then you should definitely know this thing. It's very important. The difference between adjournment of the house and prorogation of the house. Adjournment is not adjournment motion. If they only ask you about adjournment, you are going to say that adjournment means suspension of the sitting of the house by the speaker. It is done on a day-to-day basis that, today's work is done, let's adjourn the house. Prorogation means termination of the entire session of parliament. So if it is from June to say August, then in August the session will be terminated until they start the next session. So that is a prorogation, which is a long-term suspension of the business of the house. So difference between adjournment and prorogation you must know. And one more thing you must really remember is that adjournment of the house is done by the speaker or the chairman in Rajya Sabha, and the power of prorogation of the session belongs to the president. So how will you remember? P prorogation, P president. If you remember this, then you all automatically will remember that adjournment is by the speaker or chairman. Right? That is a tip to remember. And House can also be adjourned again for all these things when there is some immediate attention to be given to some natural calamity or some urgent business of the House. Then the Speaker of the Lok Sabha is the presiding officer. This word you must know. Now in presiding officer, you must know that he is a presiding officer, and in his absence, Deputy Speaker takes control of the proceedings of the House. Speaker's election you have to do, it is in syllabus. Rest of the roles and functions of the Speaker, that is not in syllabus. So all these functions of Speaker you can cancel out. Then you go to Rajya Sabha. Its composition, as I told you, 250 members, 238 from states and union territories, and 12 nominated. Right? So this all you have to do: nomination, elected members, election, and term of the Rajya Sabha. Now here you have to remember the term of the Rajya Sabha. This is an important paragraph. It is not 5 years. The term of the members is 6 years, because 1/3 of the members retire after every 2 years. This you have seen in the specimen paper also. Qualifications are same as Lok Sabha. It's only that the difference of age is there. Here it is minimum 30 years of age. Then you will do presiding officer. Vice President is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha, and they also have a deputy chairman who presides in case of absence of the vice president, that is a chairman. Then you will do powers and functions of Lok Sabha, that is actually the powers of the parliament. Here you will do the legislative powers, all the legislative powers of the parliament. Then you will also do the financial powers. So all the points under financial powers also you have to do. Supplementary grants and vote on account. This question also came in the specimen paper. And judicial powers are not in syllabus, so you can cancel it out. Cancel out all the judicial powers. Amendment of constitution is also not in syllabus. Cancel it. Then you have control over the executive, the last part. Yes, this is in syllabus. And here you have interpellation, vote of no confidence, adjournment motion, and other motions of censure and monetary controls. Other powers not in syllabus. And then you will do the exclusive powers of Lok Sabha. Yes, do it in detail. And also exclusive powers of the Rajya Sabha. Relationship between two houses is not in syllabus. So till the end of the chapter you can cancel it. So this is your syllabus for the Union Parliament, children. In my next video we will do the growth of nationalism syllabus. And please like, share and subscribe the video.